I made this to help solve a problem that I've been having in my last few videos. In my past like 2 videos, I've talked about how we're gonna have a problem with this door right here colliding with the back wall of the shoe display. Basically, with how I have it set up, this door actually clips the top half of the shoe display there, causing it to not really open up. Now, as you can assume, that's quite a problem. And in my last video, I talked about several ways that we can fix this. I talked about like 3 different solutions. However, the solution I ended up going with was this flap mechanism. Basically, since the top half is in the way, we're just gonna move the top half out of the way. To do this, we have a small servo in the back with a arm attached to it that lifts up the top half. As you can see, it actually works pretty good. Now, I ran out of time to test it with the door, so I still got to do that. However, I think this is actually going to work. Now, I've seen a lot of your guys' comments telling me how we should change the mechanism that actually opens the door. I think that's a great idea. However, I wasn't too sure on how we're going to do it without it being super complicated. But I think I kind of found a solution when I made this little flap right here. You see, I used a special arm setup right here to lift the flap up and out of the way. Now, when I originally thought of designing this, I thought of designing it kind of the same way I made this door. But if I did that, the flap would also get caught. That's why we have this little arm right here that's attached to several bearings, and it actually causes the door to move in certain ways, which allow it to get out of the way better, if that makes any sense. Now, I was thinking we could probably add some kind of modification to this door right here that would work about the same. Basically, we would just have a larger version of one of those arms attached to the inside of here, and I think that would allow the door to kind of lift up before flipping back, which would then fix the problem that we're trying to solve right now. This still has all the weight going to one servo, which is not ideal, and it might wobble back and forth a little bit. But if it worked, I think we could probably get rid of the flap mechanism that I just made and just go with this. It wouldn't take too much modifying, and I don't even think we would have to reprint another shell. Anyways, I'm gonna look into that some more, and I'll see you guys all in a few days.